I can't tell if I actually like this song or if it's just kind of making my mind its slave. I wonder how delicious these cupcakes are. This is your captain speaking. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki! Well, you know. I can just give all of them horribly annoying voices that everybody will want to listen to. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. The icing is white, fluffy, delicious. I turn the cupcake in around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Show her you mean power, Bert. Show her that no cupcake can stand up to you. Just shove it, the whole thing, into your mouth at once. Show her how much you can fit in your mouth, Bert. Show her that. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Oh, why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Yeah, I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you dummy! Alright. Oh, good. She's one of those types. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. It is beneath me. Bert is focused on his cupcake. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I prefer tea and... video games. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? The cupcakes, dumbass! I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everybody. I thought it was gonna be Yuri, honestly, that's my bad. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I love power. I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. I don't remember what her voice was anymore. It's only 4 or 5. Oh, there's 4 of them and one of me. There's only 5 voices. How am I already lost? I suck. Monica is a really great leader. Yuri also... Maybe I should, like, stop giving Bert a voice and just... Bert can have my voice. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. If it doesn't grab your attention, you're probably not reading very interesting books, Monica. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everybody? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. God. I am a terrible voice actor. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I could keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. We haven't even talked about literature, are you kidding me? Like, oh my god, your lack of speaking about literature makes me feel the intensity of your passion for it. I just don't know if I can keep up. I gotta go home, guys. So, Bert, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, One Piece. And I actually have a lot of books on my shelf. I read a lot, but it's mostly, you know, graphic novels and manga and shit. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. That's pretty much my answer. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. She's a fucking weeb too. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps her quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. What? Manga is a legitimate form of literature. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. I stopped listening, as I do not care. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror, actually. Ah, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. But at least I'm a hard rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ah, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. She's a fucking weeb too. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are! Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Uh-oh. I am not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. It's very impressive that someone with your small stature has a brain large enough for poems. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. But you're a weeb just like me. We could get along. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example and have Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. They're both weebs who suck at sharing.